Good morning, my name is Monica Gross. I also am a parent of 3 students at Kellogg School. I have a 6th grader, a 5th grader, and a 3rd grader. My children have only attended the school for 1 year. This is their 2nd year. We moved into the neighborhood. We've been there 3 years. And part of the reason of moving into the neighborhood was to move closer to schools that allowed them to get an education that they deserve. Because beforehand, I was traveling an hour one way to take my kids to a magnet school because the neighborhood school was not sufficient. It wasn't sufficient in providing the education level that they needed. My son had an IEP and has just recently been diagnosed as autistic. Just the merger from his previous school to this school was traumatic. Even though, and the only thing that helped him through it was the constant communication from his former school and the counselors at the new school that helped him to transition. He was in constant communication with the social workers and the students, and they helped him to merge into the new school. So now he's in a new school with an IEP, and now we hear that Kellogg is going to be closing. It's on the chopping block. Well, we sit right on the border between Sutherland and Kellogg. So in terms of travel, it doesn't make a difference. But in terms of socialization, with my son having an IEP, now they're telling me he's going to have to be bused out of the neighborhood where he's just starting to make friends, because he didn't have friends. If anyone knows an autistic child, it's definitely hard for them socially to make friends. So now he has friends in the classroom, friends in the neighborhood, because now he can relate. He purposely walks to school, and it's a distance, but he wants to know where his friends live. Now all of a sudden, those friends he's just getting to know, these relationships that are just starting to build, are going to be cut off. He's going to be ostracized because he's going to be now marked as being a child who is autistic and has to be bused to school. And then on top of that, and just in hearing this news is traumatic to him.
Ms. Gross,
Yes,
please conclude.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to conclude as quickly as possible. Just one last point, if you could just bear with me for 2 seconds, just literally 2 seconds. I just want to pull up one thing. Since being at Kellogg, my son spent a lot of times outside of the regular classroom, but since then he's been transitioning into a classroom on a regular basis. His grades have gone up, so socialization has gotten better. He is now the top of his class in math, and he's aiming to be top of the class in all other things because he's seeking to move out of the special education program. So ostracizing them does not work. I've had a child that had went through that, and he was never the same. He's currently in college now, taking high school courses that we're paying for just to get him up to speed. And this is his 2nd year.
Thank you, Ms. Gross.